are very memorable speeches. I don't know if I'll be able to live up to them. In addressing you, I guess I have to say, well, here we are. We made it. The time has come for you to graduate and move on into the next phase of your lives, as I'm sure you're all aware and are waiting for. In a year none of us could have expected, you have made it to this important milestone, where you get to choose your own paths that are not determined by the sounds of bells or teachers. You get to be the adults now. And as I look at you all grown up, brave and excited for the next chapter, I can't help but remember the younger faces who had greeted me in this hall 6 years ago. It was an extremely hot day, but yet we sat there with smiling faces. Some I recognised from sisters who had graduated. I still have a pile of those forms upstairs. If I had to describe the graduating cohort in those early years, I would have to say I was surprised by how many strong, articulate individuals there were, as we just heard from Katarina. Ones who tried to not take things too seriously, who were really loyal and had a great sense of humour, and were really quite resilient. Those traits continue to especially be beneficial with what has faced us in 2020. While I was not as involved with you as a year advisor in Year 9 and 10, I was never too far away. How many days with the Serbs, braiding hair, cooking ciabatta, and making sure our music was not too long every year are good memories. In fact, I imagine many of you would have good memories of Harmony Day. Your end of Year 10 excursion to Wet and Wild, thanks to Miss Tanovich, was also a fun time we shared as a cohort. I was particularly impressed with your involvement in the fashion parade to commemorate a century since the end of World War I. Giving up your weekend, you didn't let me down. I was so afraid no one would show up, but you did. You showed up, you dressed up, and you really represented the school well. Returning as your year advisor with the assistance of Mr. Potter, who I thank dearly, I didn't really know what to expect. I found 148 young adults who cooperated with pretty much all of my requests. Your red sleeves on our jackets stood out in Quad B each morning as you promptly moved to roll call. Well, most of you, most of the time. But what you always did was to make me smile with a cheeky comment or just a genuine "How are you, miss?" You cooperated so beautifully with the little fundraising we were able to do pre-COVID. Our successful Valentine's Day cake sale made me realise that we would have marketing managers, gourmet bakers, Liana, that's you, and small business owners amongst us. While I do not want to dwell on what we couldn't do in 2020, I want you to know that I acknowledge how difficult it has been for you. There has been no year group that has faced what you have. Thank you for meeting the challenges of online learning during such an important year. Thank you for your perseverance, for your optimism, and for your trust. Thank you to Mrs. Clifford for being such a supportive deputy principal, for almost making time to support all of you, for having answers to all of our questions throughout the senior years all of the time. I would also especially like to thank your families who are unfortunately unable to be here today. You have raised a group of capable, resourceful young adults, making endless trips through the traffic in Liverpool for drop-off and pick-up, providing financial and emotional support, and most importantly, unconditional love. I'm sure that you are all so proud of your beautiful daughters who have completed their high school years here today. In concluding Year 12, your education is but a dress rehearsal for the rest of your lives. Never forget who you are and your core values and beliefs. Hopefully the lessons you have learned at Liverpool Girls will help you to put on the right course. I wish you all happy lives, ones where you aren't afraid to make mistakes, and ones where you make each moment count. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Congratulations on completing high school. Best wishes for your HSC. May good health, good fortune, and much love come your way. I'm very proud of you.
I would like to ask Mr. Message to remain and to invite Mr. Potter to come forward. I'd like to thank our year advisors for everything that they've done for us. This is just a little small token of contribution. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Desich and Mr. Potter.